It is October 25th, 2:04 a.m. And in this video, I'm gonna talk all about my real experience, the full experience of. I'm gonna talk about my full experience of joining a frat and all my opinions and thoughts about it. Okay? And I would say that I didn't have the most expected journey of, or I wouldn't have the most common experience and views of being in a frat, because most people actually, like, from what they think of me, I'm not someone who would join a frat, and I actually didn't think I would either. So here it is. So here was me in freshman year of college, being a silly, naive, open-minded, young, fresh, excited freshman, willing to try out new things, and was joining all the different clubs and all the different things until he was interested in something more than a club, something where everyone was more involved with many different things. And so that's like when some friends told me that I should maybe join. I'm not gonna say the name of the frat, I'll just say join. How about I just say, how should I reference it? I'll just say the frat, whatever. But yeah, so I decided to go to the rush events, and it was really nice because everyone there was just so friendly and kind and just welcoming in general, compared to other frat rush events, like the super famous ones at my school, because they're all filled with like pre-dent majors, and their rush events were actually pretty stressful. Like there were so many people trying to rush. There was like people rotating like in the circle, like every second, and you had to like vibe with all of them, and there were like multiple rounds of interviews to even get in, and there was a lot of like, toxic things going on. There was a lot of toxicity, especially because of the competition. And so I decided to continue on because maybe this frat that I was joining, it was different. It had a vibe that really matched my own, that I liked more. Okay. And so I somehow got accepted. I somehow passed their interview, and I started the pledging process. And throughout the whole time, I was actually, I never told anyone, but I was debating between staying or quitting, because it was taking up more time than I thought. There were like multiple meetings every week that took up more than like 2, 3, 4 hours per week, and that was a lot. And I was thinking of doing that, but I was always so conflicted. I was on the fence, but sometimes I'd be like swinging back and forth from side to side, thinking like I should drop, but then like the next moment there'd be an event that made me like, oh, good thing I stayed. And there was also the cost fallacy, the logical cost fallacy. Like I was already in this frat, and I passed interviews, and I somehow got past these other people who got eliminated, so I must be something special, right? Maybe there was something in me that they saw, but that I didn't see in myself. Huh. Maybe. And those events, there were some events that were so time consuming and pointless and silly. I was like, bro, what is this? I don't think I should have joined. But then there are other like events where I really connected with those people and had like a really great time, like going out to eat and like doing fun events and activities that I would have never done if I hadn't pledged. For example, there was a lot of interesting events, like volunteering events, service events, fellowship events, like going out on the retreat. Going out on a retreat, that was so fun. And just going out in general, because everyone in the frat, maybe it's because as a result of them picking who to join the frat, but everyone is so friendly and inclusive. Like it shows all the signs of a very extremely healthy friend group. And what I mean by healthy friend group is friends that are always inclusive of each other. They encourage each other to do better, and and they always go out and invite each other out for events and have fun. And people put work and time into this friendship, like organizing events and and making efforts to invite other people out and to include other friends. That's what I'm talking about in a healthy friend group. And so that's why I stayed, because it was, the people there were just amazing. They were great. It was the best group of people, I think, in the whole campus. And I'm not even lying. Like the group of kindest, yeah, it was a group of kind. How do I even word it? It was a group of some of the kindest people on campus, compared to the other friends, which were known to be toxic and gatekeeping and low key just giving each other the test answers. Like that's just that just makes me angry. Okay, I have more to say. So here's that. However, on the other hand, there's just so many events and things that take up my time. For example, there's a lot of volunteering events, fundraising events. Well, I wouldn't say volunteering is bad, because that's the main idea of the frat. But there's other events like fundraising and just general meetings and general meetings and fellowship, interchapter. There's a lot of other things that take up a lot of time, because there's like multiple events every week. And I have decided that I will most likely go inactive next semester. So, as of right now, I am an associate. And associate means that I'm kind of like half in, half out. And so I don't have to do most of the things that are required for an active bro. But there's still so many things. And unfortunately, because of dental school applications, I'm kind of forced to do the most efficient activities possible, right? Because, and oh, if it wasn't for dental school, I could do whatever I want to prioritize maybe having fun and prioritize connections instead of having to prioritize things that add to my application, like tutoring, jobs, volunteering, stuff like that. I would for sure stay in AP in my frat. But from what I'm thinking so far is that the time I put in and the stuff I get out from just being a general body is not enough to put in the apps. And I don't know if this is like, I don't know if I'm taking things too logically and efficiently right now, because maybe it would be better if I stayed, but I'm not sure, because I know I do have a small reputation that I don't participate that much in this press, so I don't think I could get any useful or any impressive, interesting leadership role. And if I do get a leadership role, it'll take a lot of my time. And basically, everyone in the frat, and if it gets involved, like, you basically have to write your essay about it because you put so much time into it. And I don't know if I want to do that. But this is my 2 cents on my experience joining a frat. It's been fun. I definitely don't regret it, but at the same time, it's time consuming. And I want to try work on other things. For example, saving the club that me and my friend founded. I don't know if it's even alive anymore. And that's about it. Yeah, to summarize, I don't regret joining. It's been an interesting and fun experience. I've got to meet so many new people and talk to so many new people to improve my communication skills. I've had a lot of one-on-ones, and I got pretty good at it. I love just getting people to talk about their passions, what they're excited about, and what their favorite thing is. And at the same time, not sound super robotic, being like, yo, what is your passion? Talk to me about it. Like, instead I'm not even sure how, but I somehow just get there, like step by step. Like, oh, this reminds me of that, and oh, what do you think of this? And then they're all related, so it's not as robotic. Hmm. But yeah, it's a good experience. I learned from observing in the meetings. I've learned a lot about how a club works, how to run it, and I think I can apply that to my own club, hopefully. But at the same time, observing is very different from actually doing the thing itself. Observing is very different from actually doing that action itself, because observing is, you don't notice those tiny details, the small things that go unnoticed. Hmm. It's like shadowing a dentist. You can shadow a dentist, see exactly what they do, but when you have to actually do it, you can't just rely on what you saw. There's a bunch of other things that you might have not known, like maybe the specific angle or the pressure of the handpiece, something like that. Oh my god, it's 14 minutes almost. Okay, well, that is my experience. And oh yeah, next semester I think I'm gonna be inactive because I don't think I have the time to join. But I just had a really fun event where like we just got dinner together and it's really nice. We'll see. Okay, bye.